All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 70-Star League, brought to you by GSA. Right now, we're going to have a match between Cheese and Protoman. So hopefully we'll get in here in just a second. I think we're just getting everything ready. This was a pre-recorded match. So I believe the last one we had was live. We had some good interview with JJ. So obviously, favorite here is Cheese, Protoman, a great runner himself, definitely capable of some really good times. So gonna be interesting to see how this one plays out. I think they're both just doing their final checks right now, and we'll be starting here in just a second. Cheese pointing out that the flag next to his name is Germany. Cheese, a Spain dweller himself. That's probably left over from, I think it isn't D whatever. Is he from Germany? Somebody's from Germany. No, that's Gainai. Gainai's from Germany, isn't he? I think, not sure where D whatever's from. He might be from Sweden. It is a great game. Pong is a very great game. And we have video feedback. The blindfolded segment of this race is over, simply because the runners have not made any progress. And so it's just kind of defeats the whole purpose. Thank you, Sticky Gillespie. I appreciate it. All right, looking pretty good. At least so far, so good. Missing the timer on Cheese's side is trying to start with an advantage, I would imagine. Delaying the timer start as long as possible. Really the secret to getting world records, if I know anything about Cheese, who does have the 120-star world record. Surprising that like nobody just like holds the timer until the very end and then like this 1 second world record. All right, but jokes aside, Protoman getting like 2 skips, so did Cheese. There could be a difference. I'm not sure if they're synced up or if there's actually a difference in the carts they're using. Obviously, American cart is the fastest one here, and Protoman is using the American cart, so just a little desync at this moment. A little difficult because we're not sure where Cheese's timer is at this moment. He also had a video feed, which has been lost. But bomb clip for both runners. Not surprisingly, both of them get it. So off into the Peach's castle or Peach's slide. The first of the castle secrets. So my guess is going to be a 12-6 from Cheese and a 12-7 from Protoman. All right, Cheese proving me wrong, getting a 12-8, and Protoman doing the same. So double 12-8s out from both of these runners. Still a really good time. Typically, runners and casters like a bigger deal of that timer. It's literally like points of a second. But it does make you feel a little good when you get like a 12-6 or something in that slide. All right, so into Womps we are. Cheese gonna be starting off with cannonless, as will Protoman. Cheese liking to do the full setup, and Protoman having a little trouble finding the spots with this texture setup, but does find it. grabbing that star for himself. Cheese, I know, is definitely a big proprietor on the full setup cannonless. I am one of the opinion that texture setup is just as accurate or just as consistent as the full setup. But everyone's got their own opinions on things. Cheese not able to get this Owless. Is on his third try. All right, is able to grab it. Owless, basically like a frame perfect trick. So missing it a couple times. Definitely understandable, but definitely annoying. Protoman making 100 coin look easy is already in the final stages. All right, so Cheese on his 100 coin as well. Looking pretty good so far. Looks to be on pace to hit the cycle that he wants. Oh, but misses the jump. He would have been able to make it. Was slightly late, so it was definitely really hard. Not gonna finish this half movement. Doesn't even grab the blue coin. It's probably just gonna grab. Never mind. He's going to jump down and grab that blue coin. A little surprised he didn't just kind of jump off and grab that Piranha Plant's blue coin. But definitely a unique situation. Doubt that difference has ever been timed. So who knows which way would have been faster. And 100 coin here in Wombs killing Cheese, just absolutely murdering his booty. Is not able to grab this red coin. Finally grabs it with his tippy toes. All right, and Cheese is done with 100 coin. Meanwhile, Protoman on the other side of the screen, taking care of the big womp, is a decent way ahead of Cheese. I think Cheese still has to do Wild Blue. Well, Protoman has 7 stars, so has Protoman done Wild Blue? It doesn't seem like it. Protoman should have 8 stars. Unless he's, oh no, he does Owless. Or he doesn't do Owless, he uses the Owl. So to spawn the Owl, you have to do the Fortress first, and so the Owl is saved for last. And so using the Owl against Cheese here is actually going to save him some good time, because Cheese missed Owless twice. So Cheese losing probably like 15 seconds to Owless. Protoman is going to be like, using the Owl loses, I think, 4 to 5 seconds versus getting Owless first try. But because Cheese missed it, he will be gaining that time. Having a nice little lead for him coming out here in Womps. And one of the biggest reasons you lose so much time using the Owl is the pure lag that comes out from the Fortress. Just slowing the game, losing you seconds. All right, Cheese needing to get up to this Fortress to finish off this Womps. Really probably just wants to get out of the stage at this point. Seems that just small things here and there just keep going wrong for him. Once you're done with the stage, is typically when you can like take a breath and kind of tell yourself that the stage is over. There's no need to kind of feel nervous about any more stars. So hopefully that is the case here. Is really not that far behind Protoman, just one Peach's slide behind. Definitely able to catch up. All right, and I didn't even realize when Cheese's timer came back online. We are not allowing Cheese to start his timer late. That is against the rules. So just fixing that for him real quick. All right, a very nice wing cap from Protoman. She's probably one of the, if not the best flyer in the world. And as soon as I say that, missing a red coin, was trying to be too optimal with it. And the same goes for the last two. But as you can see, like he is maintaining a ton of speed, even though he missed like 2 sets, I guess, of coins, still had a ton of speed. Which typically, like if you missed 1 or 2 coins, you just kill like all of your speed. So pretty nice from Cheese to finish that out. He personally didn't like the wing cap, and so he has just turned off his gameplay. He doesn't want us to see the rest of it. Meanwhile, Protoman dying in Dark World, not what you want to see from Protoman. Had the lead over Cheese. I was gonna have to jump back in there. Cheese not wanting us to see what is going on his screen. Probably died in Dark World as well, which is why he turned it off. But deciding to turn it back on for us, maybe feeling pretty good about this Dark World. Doesn't seem like he died. Just didn't feel too great about his wing cap. But his Dark World's going pretty good, so he decided to turn it back on for us. All right, Protoman deciding to take the poverty movement there. Can't really blame him after taking a death like right at the end. One of the most annoying places to actually die. Because it lost you, or lost Protoman, 30 to 40 seconds probably. Maybe, probably 30. I wouldn't say 40. It'd be a lot. But it could be 40. All right, Protoman finishing off Dark World, just a little behind Cheese. As Cheese jumps into BOB. All right, silly kicking up the slope to gain enough speed as to fly up and grab the star. Essentially, that's all these runners are doing. It's actually a little harder than it looks. It's not too easy to get the right angle and that like rock formation, whatever you want to call it. It can definitely eat your triple jump if you hit it wrong. So not a trick you see like messed up a lot in these races, but definitely one that like if you tried to do yourself, it would take you more than a few tries to really understand like what's going on and to nail the trick. Oh, Cheese, wall kicking just a little bit too low, taking that bonk. Not a huge deal. Backup is pretty quick. Probably just a couple seconds time loss. Alright, Protoman returning the penguin to the worst mother in the world. How in the world do you leave your kid on top of a mountain? Mario should just take that penguin home with him. But Cheese doing the slide kick. Or not the slide kick, the slide skip. So showing he is going to leave his team with 18 stars. Does not want to grab an extra star in the basement. Pretty nice wall kicks work for Protoman. Did take some damage, but didn't fall down, so saving a bit of time over Cheese. Oh, Cheese falling off the mountain, but it's not gonna matter. Sometimes when you fall off the mountain, you can lose a lot of speed, and it can mess you up on the final gap. But Cheese not having that problem. Is able to finish out that star. Protoman gonna be doing CCM 18 as well. Just finished his slide skip. All right, so now both runners will be doing their 100 coins. Both will be racing the Penguin. All right, she's not opting to get that backup red. So is only going to be able to miss one coin. Protoman is grabbing that backup red, so he will have 3 coins to miss. That backup coin does take a while to grab, and in PB attempts, you really don't see that backup coin grabbed. But here in races, if you mess up this slide, especially racing the Penguin, it just loses you a ton of time. So definitely understandable for racers to decide to grab that backup coin and have a bit more leeway in how many coins they can miss. She's not having any issues though. Very skilled in this slide. See, Protoman having way too many coins. Didn't need the backup coin. I'm sure it was nice to have. So opting to miss the last couple coins. If you have too many coins, the star will spawn too far up on the slide, and it'll take a lot longer to grab. You can't just long jump to it. You have to like jump kick backwards up the slide. Alright, Cheese killing the Boo, revealing BBH. Not sure how that whole stage got in that Boo in the first place. Cheese having a Lakitu cam. Normally you'll see the Mario cam see down. Cheese ground pounding forward. Yep, taking a bit of a slow Boo kill there. But not the end of the world. Protoman having a better Boo fight. Was able to turn sideways for the ground pound, hitting the Boo close to that edge. But Cheese ended up ground pounding forward, so kind of messed him up a bit. Still in the lead though. But Protoman not far behind. Alright, Protoman definitely gaining some time overall in that stage over Cheese. So reducing the lead that he has. Going into basement. Cheese's timer has stopped. I have no idea what time he touched that door. I will try to use Protoman's timer. So 17:10. Cheese touched the second door there. 17:18, I'll say. Protoman touches, so 8 seconds behind. Extremely close race so far. Already 20 stars in. 21 right after this MIPS. Alright. Cheese in the pyramid. Protoman having the bomb explode in his face. So Pitiless going right for Cheese, not going so right for Protoman. But that's how it goes. That's why both runners chose to only do that trick once. If they had gotten one less star in CCM, they would have had to do it twice. But we're not having any of those shenanigans here. One and done. Alright, second try for Protoman. Has the big bomb. Is trying to do the faster routes where you just do one single jump over that hill. Didn't work out to him too good, but was able to adjust and is in the pyramid. Grabs a star, but falls down, wasting time. That is a very strange thing to see happen. I'm not 100% sure why it happens. I know it has something to do with like not grabbing the star like over the fence, because normally you stand on the fence after you grab that star, and the fence just like acts as a floor. I don't know if it's like if you grab it too high or grab it too low, but whatever the case, I think it's like 3 or 4 seconds is wasted just from falling down. Alright, Protoman trying to make up for it with these reds. Pretty nice from him. She's taking care of the rolling log star. We don't really use the logs much in speedruns. They take a lot of time. So on that one, we just completely skip it. On the one up in TTM, I mean, we just kick off of it. Logs are not speedrunners' friends. Volcanoes typically not speedrunners' friends either. Let's see how Cheese fares in this one. Oh, able to get that lava boost. And gets the clean ending. That is a ridiculously hard strat that does not save enough time, in my opinion. Cheese, being Cheese, saves enough time for him. Doesn't seem to save enough time for Protoman either, but he has his star with his lava boost, so that's all that really matters. Alright, Cheese taking care of his elevator star. Very clean. I believe Protoman is going to be doing the same. Is really just on Cheese's tail. It's been chasing him like a cat and a mouse situation. Ooh, camera got a little messed up there from Protoman and dives off of his angle, taking a death. Luckily, he will spawn back in the volcano, so not as much time is lost as there could have been. Definitely not good from Protoman, not what he wanted to see. This is the good camera, that's what he was trying to get. Probably just fat fingered the Mario cam, everything was just thrown off. And then Mario was thrown off of the platforms. Oh, Cheese missing the second long jump there, taking the burn. Is still fine. Just going to be taking care of these triple bullies. Nice triple kill. And that's going to be it for bullies on the side of Cheese. And I think that's going to be it for Lethal Lava Land in general. Protoman still having the triple bullies, I believe, as his last star. She's going to be opening this 30-star door. And what do you know? He has exactly 30 stars. Insane. How does he do it? Dude, Protoman taking a pretty high ground pound, not getting the triple kill, but a fairly fast backup, kills that last bully, in a good time. Cheese in the dockless dire stage, taking care of his chests. Somebody modded them with a taser, and if you don't touch them in the right order, you just get tased. So Cheese, hacking the game, knowing the order, is just going to collect the star. Protoman gonna be doing the same. So he's basically like one Dire Doc's chest star ahead. Jesus. So definitely a lead that Protoman can come back from. Only being a 1-star difference, like 34 minutes into a run, is pretty close. Cheese is going to be doing front sub, an extremely hard strat. For anyone but Cheese, as he nails it. And Cheese is going to be grabbing his last star here in Dire Docs. Protoman is going to be doing his sub star. We'll most likely be doing back sub, so we'll get a good look at both strategies for getting that star. It can definitely be fun to see multiple different strategies. Right, very nice from Protoman. Going to be grabbing this star. Cheese is going to be trying to make the fastest cycle possible here in Fire Sea. Cannot make any mistakes. He's looking good so far. Alright, as he goes for Lava Boost with room to spare. Definitely a tight cycle Cheese was able to get. And a very good ending as well. We're going to see what Protoman is made of here in Fire Sea. See if he will be able to get Lava Boost. If he's not able to get Lava Boost, he's going to lose a lot of time over Cheese here. So needs to play really well. Looks to be playing really well so far. Alright, so that last little bloop in his gameplay is going to kill the Lava Boost, but early elevators still on the table. Yeah, definitely was able to make the early elevators. It's going to have kind of a weird cycle here with the elevators going up and down, and I take that back. Actually had a pretty good cycle. Was able to make the early elevators early enough. So as Protoman is jumping into the Fire Sea Bowser stage, Cheese is jumping into Wet Dry World. In our case, it will be mostly dry. Triple jump wall kick for Cheese is good. Oh, but takes a bonk, misses a wall kick. These wall kicks are definitely harder than normal because that cage adds a lot more lag than it seems. And can throw off your A presses just enough to make you miss the wall kicks. So, good thing Cheese didn't fall down a second time. If he did, the elevator that you're supposed to take will probably have gone too far up. But Cheese missing the triple jump dive. He's gonna have to make his way back up there. Luckily, he's able to do that rather quickly. Just barely fell off the edge there. Oh, triple jump wall kick for Protoman. Not able to come through. Not going to do it a second time. He's just going to run around. On this star specifically, I'm doing the wall kicks in this cage. I know that triple jump saves a lot more time than it does on the other star that you use it for. I believe it's top of the town. I think that's the name of the star. But anyway, saves a lot more time here than it does on that one. So interesting to see if he decides to go for it after not deciding to go for it a second time on the star that would save more time. But going to be doing shocking airlifts first. So just wants to take a nice little warp ride right up to a star. Is tired of all the hard ones, just wants an easy one for once. Alright, Cheese on a pretty good 100 coin. Haven't seen any real mistakes from him. Except for that one right there where he falls all the way down, not jumping onto the plank. Able to back it up quite nicely though. Very fast. So they are on the same star for the first time in a while. Granted, it is a 100 coin star, so they are pretty long. Nonetheless, Protoman is trying to close the gap and needs to grab all of these coins as fast as possible in order to do so. Cheese gave him some time. He just needs to pick it up. Alright, he did miss that coin, but that's okay. You have one coin to miss in this wet dry world 100 coin, and he had gotten all the ones up to that point. So Cheese jumping into probably unanimously decided the best stage in Super Mario 64. Tiny huge island. Alright, very good secrets from Cheese. Protoman, I thought he had already gotten top of the town, but he did not. He is grabbing it now. With Cheese, with the save and quit, he's gonna have to make his way all the way back up. Saving and quitting when you're in the lobby is typically not the worst, but saving and quitting when you're like in Tippy or in upstairs is not fun. Having to climb all the way back up just wastes a lot more time. So Protoman able to make up a lot of that time. Cheese had only done a secrets, I believe. Yeah, he only has one star complete. So Protoman is almost caught all the way back up. It's just slightly behind Cheese. Nice mountain clip from Cheese. A very hard strat to do. Let's see what Protoman decides to go for. He's just going to go around the mountain. And you can't really blame runners when they do this. You only save like a third to a half a second doing the mountain clip. And if anything goes wrong, you like basically lose time to just running around the mountain. So Cheese probably gained a little bit of time over Protoman, but Protoman is just playing it safe. Is on a pretty good run, so doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. Alright, Cheese, after going and killing all of the piranha plants, virtually to extinction. He is feeling satisfied and ready to shake this toad down for his star. As I said before the race started when we were talking about it, Mario not asking nicely, really demanding that star from Toad. But getting his way, which is to save Peach, is his intention here, so... I don't know. Is it wrong of him to demand the star? Is it wrong for Toad to keep the star? Could be either way. You could make an argument for both ways there. But I do think Mario could definitely be nicer about it. Alright, very good mountain clip from Protoman. Is not able to get the good triple jump there on that slope. Has to silly kick all the way up. But Cheese doing his first mountain clip. Cheese, for some unknown reason, likes to save the mountain clips for a little bit later. Likes to do the reds or another star first. So, which is a little weird because if you mess up the mountain clips, every other star can be a backup. He's probably just extremely confident that he's not going to mess it up. But Protoman just can't quite get that triple jump going for him. Cheese not really have any big issues with it. The important thing is that he was able to get the log kick, because failing that is what really loses you a ton of time. Alright, gonna be blasting off to this lonely mushroom using this box. Absolutely insane. You think T-Team is the underrated stage? Very well could be. Very well could be. It is pretty fun. It is very hard. Really what make it hard are reds and then like the log wall kick. Like the mountain clip really isn't that hard. Like these runners will typically do like the instant like clip up to the top water, which is pretty difficult, but you don't have to. You also don't have to do like the log kick. So like, you can make the stage like really hard, or you can make it kind of hard. You can kind of just make it whatever you want, depending on how fast you want to go. Cheese failing the movement, jumping up that slope, so it's just going to kind of make a U-turn back to the deep freeze here. Alright, I believe that is the last star Protoman has in TTM. Seems like it is. We'll be making his way over to Snowman's Land. Cheese bonking right in that corner. It's going to triple jump right back up. But having a lot of issues on this Snowman's head. Definitely the hardest star of the stage, but not like a super hard star in general. It does have his difficulties. But I saw Protoman grab the star on the deep freeze. I'm not sure if he just like straight up went for it or if he had messed something up previously. But just going straight for this ice bully makes me think that he did just go straight for the deep freeze in the first place. Alright, pretty nice from Cheese. I jumped a little too far, but not a big deal. Alright, Protoman definitely saving time over Cheese on the Snowman's head. As Cheese finishes up his last star here in Snowman's Land, Protoman has one more, but it is pretty fast. Alright, is able to make it over. Very easy to not get enough speed and kind of bonk on top of that little mountain, that little hill. And she's missing the MIPS. Okay, very nice backup. Definitely possible to chase that MIPS around for a while. You're pretty well set up to grab them in the beginning if you just do like a couple dive rollouts pretty well. But it almost looked like Cheese was like too fast and like jumped over him or like through him. But regardless, talking to the MIPS, I would kind of describe it more as yelling at the Toad. That is what Protoman is doing. I think I said MIPS before instead of saying Toad the first time. But yeah, Mario yelling at the Toad to get that star. Toad trying to look happy about it. Obviously, you can tell there's a lot of trauma going on in the back of his head. Alright, Hazy Maze Cave seeming to go pretty well for Cheese so far. Ooh, not the best boulder RNG. Anytime that boulder like runs right in front of you, that's considered bad RNG because I think there's a better chance that it doesn't than it does. Alright, very nice triple box jump from Protoman. Yeah, triple box jump is probably the hardest strat in Hazy Maze Cave. Christmas Miracle is fairly hard too, but I think triple box jump will take the win over that just by a little. It was very precise with the angle, with the speed you need, with the height you need on your jump. Knowing where like the kill plane is and how tall the ceiling is. There's just a lot that goes into it. Protoman getting Christmas Miracle on his first try. Very easy to miss the button press on Christmas Miracle. Not super hard to jump over the wall there. The button is the bigger issue on that star. So Cheese will be done with Hazy Maze Cave. Is going to jump in here and exit stage in order to make its way up to Tippy. Faster to exit stage than it is to run all the way back up. And Protoman is going to be right on his tail. So Cheese touching the door. It looked like 4202, but like had to finish his like rollout, so I think it was like 4203. Let's see how far behind Protoman is. He's very close. Looks like he's like 15 to 16 seconds behind. So definitely anybody's race here. We've had a lot of close races today. It's been very nice. For us at least, not for the runners. I'm sure it's terrifying for them. Lakitu bounce for both. I'm sorry, I was so intensely watching Protoman do his Lakitu bounce that I was just not even talking. But Cheese doing it first try, as does Protoman. Definitely the hardest star here in Rainbow Ride. Always nice to get that out of the way. A bit of a relief. If you listen close enough, I'm sure you could hear a nice sigh from both runners. Protoman decided to do reds. Cheese decided to do tricky triangles next. Star order does not matter in the slightest in the stage. Do whatever order you want. Oh, Protoman missing the kick up to that last red coin. You can't ledge grab after you kick in the air. So I think he kicked just a little too low and wasn't able to ledge grab or make it onto the platform. Cheese missing the triple jump. Takes a death. It was a very fast death though. He is still in the lead. Protoman, once he finishes this tricky triangles, he will be on the same star count as Cheese. But Protoman having a pretty hard time, is barely able to make it. But something very similar happened to Cheese as well. I believe he fell down. I could be thinking of the last race. I was thinking something happened. But as I mention it, it is leaving my brain. Cheese trying to get the fast ending, gets burned and bonked. And red coin's not working out for Cheese very well. And that's going to be the lead for Protoman. Protoman having a overall clean rainbow ride. I know he messed up his red coins just a little bit as well. But is able to take the time from Cheese. And Protoman opting to do 8 red coins first. I was a little confused what was happening, but Cheese dies somehow. I wasn't looking. What in the world happened? Alright, so he is making his way up. Going to be doing time jump on moving bars. I assume he died in that first long jump over the pit. But has that star done. Is not going to need to do that again. Hopefully will be safe. Protoman having 2 stars under his belt is gaining even more of a lead over Cheese here in TikTok Clock. Very nice from Protoman. And very nice from Cheese as well. I believe Cheese likes to do all of his time stopped stars first. Yep, so you see him waiting. I think that was the last one besides, or I'm sorry, this will be the last one. He has to do his 100 coin. As Protoman, I believe, grabs his last moving time star. And the only reason moving time is faster is because you can jump on the stage faster just by a little bit, so that's one reason. The other one is you just triple jump up those flippers like Protoman did, and it's not as hard as it looks. You just have to have the right timing down, kind of know when to jump off that wall. Cheese looks like he's on a good 100 coin. Is kind of in the danger zone though. Does not want to die here. It would result in massive time loss. Protoman time jumps on moving bars is good for him. Cheese getting invis-walled. Just smacks right into that invisibility. Did back it up very nice. Was able to finish out his 100 coin. And doing kind of the new movement to finish this off. I'd never really seen that movement until Cheese started doing it, I think like a month or 2 ago. But it's just very nice. He used to be very fast. So fun to see. Protoman on his 100 coin. He is scooping up all the blue coins. All right, nice pendulum from Cheese. So he's got 2 more stars to do on the time moving side. Protoman just has to finish his 100 coin. All right, luckily he did grab the backup coin, so he has an extra 2 coins, so was able to miss a couple in that box there. Cheese, falling down, was able to fall down into that hole. That is exactly the reason why you save that star for last, on your time movings at least. Is because if you miss that initial jump into that cage, you just naturally fall down into that hole. So very good from Cheese. Didn't really lose much time there. Lost a few seconds, but it wasn't nothing terrible. Was able to grab the star. All right, and that's the movement Cheese was looking for. He tried. I guess he just tried to dive, took a kick instead. But is finished up with his TikTok clock. Is gonna need to talk to this Toad, or probably just yell at him. So coming down to bits, Protoman having a decent lead, does ledge grab there. Is not going to get like a super good cycle here, but it won't be too bad. Just needs to stay ahead of Cheese here and not take any unnecessary deaths. You might be able to see the nerves come out from Protoman. A couple slow rollouts, an unnecessary ledge grab. Is able to keep it together as he gets the standing left side movement to skip a decent portion of the level. Tried to say stage and level at the same time. Came out really weird. All right, Protoman is finished. Only has to kill Bowser. You need 3 throws for this one. But they are the hardest Bowser throws, so because Cheese is jumping into the pipe, it could be anyone's game. If Protoman misses, it could be anyone's game. But Protoman, the game is in his hand, as he has 2 throws, just needs 1 more. As Cheese misses a throw, and Protoman misses the throw, you can probably say both runners are throwing. You would be right. But Protoman throws for the last time, grabbing the last bomb. And that's going to be it. Protoman finishing it up with a 51-32. She's going to grab a lot of the remaining points here. It's going to have, looks to be a high 51. I don't think it's going to be a 52. So 51-55 for Cheese. GG's to both runners. Protoman able to take it over Cheese. A little bit of a surprising victory. Definitely well-deserved. Any win over Cheese, I would say, is well-deserved. I mean, obviously mistakes were made, but that would be true for both sides. So GG's to both runners. This was a pre-recorded race, so we will not have interviews, unfortunately. But we will be back with some more Mario action in just a minute. I believe we have... Got to check my schedule here. We have Draghi versus Heisenberger coming up next. So bear with us through this intermission while we set that up. And we appreciate you watching.